Oh, that was What's up, coming in sideways, nation?
Wow, technical difficulties, and we're still on by 8:02. Usually, I don't even attempt to dial in until like 8:17. We're professionals.
We're becoming professional in our third year. What episode is this? 368.
I think it's episode 70 something.
God, we're gonna have to have like a centennial celebration.
I know. We'll see. The key to that will be knowing when we're doing our 100th episode. Like, I feel like I don't realize what episode number it is until I'm like uploading it to iTunes.
No,
I can't believe we're gonna hit our 100th soon.
We're not.
We're not. We're never gonna get there.
This is gonna be episode 73.
Okay. So we have to get to.
It'll take us like a year to get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it'll take us 6 months.
It'll take us another arbitrary measure of time.
Right.
No, if we want to hustle, I think that we should fucking hustle and try to get our 100th by Christmas.
All right, so let's do a podcast 4 times every day for the next.
No, we have to do 27 more.
Let's have a podcast filibuster and just do like 36 episodes back to back.
Or I could take this episode and chop it up into like 27 episodes.
We just had 50 episodes.
Okay, first episode done.
Yeah. All right, okay. Already, start, go.
Our listeners are going to have an episode listening to this bullshit.
Yeah.
Our listeners on vacay.
Yeah. She's down in Florida with friend of the pod, Quincy and Cal Bag.
What's going on, friends of the pod? Speaking of vacations, we took Leah on some vacations.
Yeah, you guys vacated all summer.
Yeah, that kid is perpetually in a state of vacation. Wasn't she just in Wellfleet?
She was just in Wellfleet. Before that, she was in Seattle.
Jesus.
And she was riding on airplanes the whole time.
Yeah.
So her favorite move on the airplane is she didn't really want to sit in her seat. She wanted to like roam. So
those pilots heard doom, doom, doom. Turn, and she was using her watermelon scraper to try to chip into the cockpit.
Well, her favorite
They
move.
opened the door and didn't see anyone, and then they closed the door, then they hear doom, doom, doom. They open it again, and then they look down, and she's just looking up at them. And her
scowling.
Her watermelon scraper glistens like in the Orbitz commercials, and they're like, "Fuck!"
Right. And then she storms away in her pink Converse.
Dude, she's got 9 watermelon scrapers now.
What?
Oh my god. Always with the odd number, though.
Yeah.
God forbid you ever have an even number of teeth like normal people.
Fuck, what are you going to do? How are you going to explain to her that watermelon is seasonal?
I'm just not going to
have
have
to
that
move.
conversation.
Uh-oh.
Too difficult.
You're gonna have to follow the watermelons around the globe, because Leah will not tolerate that.
Well, maybe
Patricide. What do you call it? Patricide? What do you call it when you kill your dad? Yeah.
Your dad, Leah.
By Oak. We'll need a new co-host after you.
We'll have guest stars every week once Leah murders Oak into sleep for not giving her watermelons.
What is a winter fruit?
I mean, in the fall she could eat pumpkins.
Oh, you made it sound so matter of fact, and I imagine her actually just fucking carving into a pumpkin with her watermelon scraper.
Oak has a spreadsheet of fruits that Leah could potentially eat.
She ate 14 olives for breakfast.
What?
How fucked up is that? It's like me when I was 27, but I was eating 14 olives for lunch, surrounded on all sides by vodka.
I think that's fucking disgusting. I hate it.
Liz, you were eating olives only because they were in your vodka. That's
exactly
it. You
it.
were eating it for lunch.
I know. But maybe I just like olives and the vodka was ancillary. Maybe that was it. Or I'm an alcoholic. I don't know. Whatever.
What kind of olives were they? Were they the stuffed ones? With the Oak, the ones that Leah ate?
Oh, no, they were just black olives.
Why do you even have olives in your house?
Because Amy likes them. And Leah likes them, so I'm outnumbered.
It's weird because kids do like pickled stuff. Like my niece loves like tomatoes and onions. It's crazy how they've acquired that taste, these kids these days.
Kids these days are fucked up.
Yeah. They're really fucked up. And all of their children's books are like trying to advance the homosexual agenda, just FYI. What's that book that Leah has called like the hidey hole sneak away spot.
What?
All of Leah's books are like definitely about like gay hookup spots.
Damn it, what's that called?
The Love Monster.
Like the bear and the glory hole or something.
Right. Like,
The Berenstein Bears.
yeah, Dr. Hootie Who's secret touchy place or whatever it is.
The Berenstein Bears visit the Castro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kids are fucked up. What's been going on in our lives, friends? We actually haven't potted in a really long time.
Mad long.
Not a long time. Bizzle hosted a benefit. Tell us about the charity for which you were benefiting.
So I work for a charity that takes at-risk teens who would otherwise be in prison or in foster care programs and gives them the platform to tell their life stories but not have to recreate them. So if the three of us were creating stories based on things we suffered through as teenagers, Liz would act out whatever I write as my story, and it's turned into plays and musicals and artwork and all that stuff, so it gives them a more positive avenue to express themselves and deal with conflict resolution. And then one of the plays that was created based on these kids' stories was turned into a movie that has won a ton of awards, and it's on Netflix right now and iTunes. It's called Know How. So anyone who wants to listen to it, that's my pick of the week.
No.
Hell yeah.
So we had funny story. We had a fundraiser on Thursday. So Liz came out, and so did Jen, and friends of the pod, Brennan and Andrew Koch. And there was a raffle, and I was pushing people to buy raffle tickets, so I had to kind of demonstrate and lead by doing it myself. So I bought a bunch of raffle tickets, and lo and behold, I won a raffle prize. So I was like, that was kind of a conflict of interest, because even though I didn't provide the raffle prizes, it still felt weird winning one. So I pulled Liz to the bathroom, and I was like, hey, you have to go claim the prize for me. So Liz just turned it on right away, like super excited, like Price is Right style, and like ran down to the front. She's like, I won. And then Jen witnesses that, and Jen's like screaming. She goes, oh my God, what did we win? Because like, my roommate won, so that means we won. It was a home security system.
Little does Jen know that Jen is my home security system.
Yeah.
What? So did you install it? Like, does someone?
I don't know how it works. You probably heard of it. It's called Canary.
No, I haven't heard of it.
It's like a new type of system. I don't even know how it works. It's still in the box. I'm gonna eBay that shit.
Yeah, I don't really understand how it works, because canaries don't really seem like they would like do a good job of defending your home.
You buy an attack canary.
Yeah.
They do as good of a job as Jen. Jen will just
Jen is like,
straws.
she's really good at protecting this household. You think so? Like, yeah, she attacks the attackers with sparklers.
Oh yes.
It really throws them off their game.
So apparently you just put Canary on your table and connect it to Wi-Fi. It does motion detection and sends you notifications on your app that stuff's going on. It's got a camera in it. It's like a nanny cam.
Oh, I thought you have to like pay for a service or something.
Yeah, you probably
use it.
Oh, plans. I see.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, you have to sign up for like a subscription monthly thing? That's stupid.
Yeah, I hate businesses that do that.
Yeah, it's the cheapest plan is $4.99 a month. Also, have we started charging the listener yet? Can we get that happening?
I steal stuff from her, so it's kind of like
that's cool. That's fine.
Thanks,
listener.
Yeah, her boyfriend brought her back some coffee from Costa Rica, like coffee you can like only get in Costa Rica, and of course I drank like half the bag. So that's that's how I've been charging her for consumption of the podcast.
She can't even have caffeine. She would die. You're doing her a favor.
Right, I know.
We've all heard tales of the Snapple episodes.
Right, we don't want her jumping on the bed with a bagel.
This might be called the Snapple episode.
Jen was the only 24-year-old who would like go out to brunch and be like, I'll have a ginger ale because I can't. And Fireball.
You froze. You were gonna say. I'm sorry. I ruined the joke. Forget it. The joke is over.
I thought you were faking the freeze.
I know that was a pretty good fake freeze.
No, I'm saying, where did I cut off?
Go out to dress and say, I'll have a ginger ale.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't have caffeine past 1 o'clock, and then we're around her doing like lines of Coke and like chugging Red
Red
Bulls.
Bulls.
She's like, actually,
Yeah.
can you have Sprite?
Yeah, Jen Savage is a Red Bull and it stays in her system for like 10 months.
They'll do a Spinal Tap like 4 years later, and you'll have pure Red Bull.
They'll like radioactive date Jen's bones. It'll like still be Red Bull in there.
So, did you guys read this news story about a Muslim boy, 14 years old, in North Texas, who was arrested for building a clock?
Yeah. Well, I just read that headline. Did they think he was trying to build a bomb?
A 14-year-old Muslim boy has been arrested in North Texas after a high school teacher decided that a homemade clock he brought to class could be a bomb.
I'm gonna say that if it was a ticking clock, the burden is on him.
Digital clock.
Oh, he's fine. Actually, digital clocks look kind of balmy.
They do look kind of balmy. Where do you even get a digital clock? CVS?
But
Was it a
couldn't
group
anything
assignment?
be balmy? Like, couldn't you make a bomb look like a stool?
Yeah.
Actually, my stool looks like a bomb.
Well, I really wish that time that I had shared a hotel room with our mom and she brought a ticking clock as her alarm clock, I really should have called the cops. I realize now, because then she would have
Did
been
you hide
arrested.
it in the bathroom?
Yes, under towels. And then she woke up the next morning and was like really mad at me. Like, Mom, this clock was ticking all night long.
You're like, Mom, between your sleep apnea and this ticking clock, I should be mad at you.
Yeah. Yeah, long story short, don't build clocks. It seems like a ridiculous
Yeah,
thing
long
to
story
do.
short, don't build anything. Just
Right.
sit in your home and order things online from QVC. You shouldn't be building things because it's not important for people to know how to do things. They should just buy and consume.
Right, but like the things that you order off the internet should not be books like how to best get on a terrorist watch list, because
That is
that's
correct. That's
gotten me in a
not good.
lot of trouble.
But what you should do is, you might frighten someone. Byram, this is particularly directed at you, and you might frighten someone. So don't do anything. You don't want to do anything. You don't, particularly you don't want to learn, be able to build anything or have any knowledge. It's important that you just stay quiet.
Right, don't
you can,
have an opinion.
Yeah, you can buy things if you want, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't do anything.
You guys thought that my lack of resourcefulness was being lazy all this time. It's just me trying to survive as a young Muslim man
Right.
in the country.
Exactly.
Because Muslim lives matter.
I'd like to point out, Byram, that you're not that young.
No, I know.
It's true.
I know. Wait, can I tell you guys how I know that I had one last fountain of youth in me?
Is this gonna get horny?
Sounds like a sketchy
I
story.
don't know. We gotta tell the listener to put her earmuffs on if this is gonna get horny.
Earmuffs, Jen. No, I was actually sick. So I went to a friend's wedding this weekend, and I went so hard at this wedding, right? Like as we left the ceremony, they had these giant goblets of wine, and I grabbed one just because everyone else was, but I didn't really want it, and I walked straight to the bar. So after I ordered 2 drinks at the bar, I just chugged the wine like it was water, and that set the tone for the whole night. Like I drank so hard, and then I went to bed at 3 in the morning, woke up at 8 feeling amazing, and I was like, all right, this is a bad sign because I'll crash at noon. Literally crashed because I was going to be driving home. And I felt fucking fantastic the whole day, and I sent my friends a text. I was like, 33 years old, I've never been able to do what I did last night. I was like, I think it's just my last dance.
I would still be waiting for that hangover. How many days ago was this?
The wedding was a Saturday night.
My hangovers lately incubate themselves, and so I swear to God that hangover would jump out at me 5 days later, and I
Really?
just wouldn't know what was going on. Yeah.
Do you know at one point in the after party, some of the groom's friends had smuggled a bottle of tequila out of the open bar area, and one of my coworkers came in too. So I did one of these
Right, half quotation mark wink. What was that?
there were no
One of these things, those things.
The Velociraptor claws that let people know that I'm podcasting.
Right, like miming like one of those plastic pincher fingers where you're confined to a wheelchair and you need to get something off the top of a shelf.
So yeah, I drank tequila from the palms of my hand. I just had them pour it in like that, and I just drank like that.
What?
And then whatever was still in my
That's
hand, I just wiped on my face like aftershave.
Oh yeah, it's a good astringent. Closes
Yeah.
up the pores.
And there's no way you're not going to get busted for drunk driving. Even
Right.
if you walk by a car, you're definitely
Yeah,
smearing tequila
Yeah.
on your face.
busted for drunk walking, drunk living. I was at a wedding this past weekend. I went pretty hard myself. I stayed up. So I got on the bus at 4 o'clock in the morning at Port Authority and got to Boston at like 8:35 a.m. and then jumped in the car and changed, and then went to this wedding and then stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning the next night. So I was running on like 5 hours of sleep over the course of 2 days, but I still kind of rocked it. I was proud of myself.
You totally rocked it.
I know, but I did definitely like pass out at your house for like 2 hours and then another
Where was the
11
wedding?
hours. Cape Cod.
Oh.
There's nothing in the world that makes you feel as special and as connected to the universe as being at Port Authority bus station at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You know what the cool thing about New York is? There are a lot of cool things about New York, but I was like, oh, it's gonna be so weird. There's gonna be so many weirdos on the subway. Like I'm gonna feel like, is it gonna be like rapey? Like blah blah blah. I don't know. But New York at 2:45 in the morning is almost the exact same as it is at like noon. It's just like this exact same shit is happening. The exact same people around. It's just as fucked up and gross and sketchy at all hours of the day, which was kind of a relief.
Amen, sister.
I
I
like
don't know. I haven't been into New York in like a year
Right,
because I live like 20 miles away from it now. So,
right.
in other news, a robotics researcher at the UK's De Montfort University
Great segue. Oh.
Right.
has called for sex robots, or robostitutes, as they're commonly known, to be banned completely.
I would have called them prostabots. I mean, I don't mean to like nickel and dime this guy here, but prostabots is a way better name for prostitute.
Can you
robots.
tweet that? I think
Okay,
Prostabots.
prostabots.
So later this year, True Companion will reportedly be the first company to sell sex robots priced at $6,995.
Bargain at any price.
There's a female called Roxy with
Yes.
3 X's and a male model called Rocky.
Why can't people just have sex with humans?
Because it's like awkward and complicated, and people have
Yeah.
like feelings, and people are weird and in a lot of trouble. Apparently, there's like a phenomenon amongst the 2 generations below ours. I don't know, like kids that are like in high school and college now, where like dudes like don't bother with like having girlfriends or meeting girls because there's like porn and who cares, and girls are a big hassle.
Right. I mean, sure.
I mean,
And it's like not really imperative for the like continuance of the human race anymore. So like I don't ever understand why you guys are doing it. I don't.
yeah. I mean, it just just go along,
Yeah. Whatever.
go on the internet sometimes, and
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's sort of true in our generation too. There's just like, well, I mean, not necessarily. Maybe this is just my experience, but like, dudes just like don't really seem to care about like being in relationships or having girlfriends. They just like, I don't know. They just like seem to have better things to do.
I think everything. I don't think it's just relationships. I think it's like jobs. It's everything. Nobody wants to be committed to anything.
Nobody gives a shit about it.
Nowadays, everything's disposable. You don't have. Remember when we were growing up? We talk about this plenty, but like, you had to commit to the same clothes for like the whole school year, and then maybe the next school year. Nowadays, people are like, oh, I have to do this. I have to buy this. I have to be. Everything is like so disposable. Nothing is like, make sure you keep this in good condition or preserve it or work to fix it. I was actually thinking it this morning because I was like, I am so like, you guys have known me for so long. Every time I start a new job, I'm like, I fucking hate this. If I look back at all my GChat records, I've never started something new and been like super excited about it. I like wait for the first flaw to appear and I'm like, I don't want this anymore, you know?
well, when your jeans were on layaway at JCPenney for 7 months, you're fucking all in. Like, that's a multi-year commitment.
Right.
Like that's like leasing a car. Like you're fucking into it.
That was a dowry. You were betrothed.
It's just like you make the decision, and then like 7 months later, like the genes emerge on the other end from the layaway.
And if they were Liz's genes, you would invoke prima nocta. You're like, sorry, Liz, I'm wearing these to picture day tomorrow. You get them on
Every
Thursday.
single fucking time. It happened with spaghetti. It always happened with all my clothes and shoes.
And the fucking lasers in the background. Why are we even having this conversation? It's
Right.
lasers. It's always fucking lasers.
Yeah. Always lasers. Did we ever get the lasers? Or was the laser like too expensive?
You might be right. The laser might be a premium add-on.
I think the laser was a premium
Like the
add-on.
comb.
Yeah, or like the double face, like the one face
Oh,
looking away.
shit.
And
Oh, I always wanted one of those.
Like space face.
yeah, I never got space face.
Yeah, I never did either.
I don't
I
think
always,
anyone.
I think we always got the free one, which was like the American flag or whatever, which was funny because like none of us were citizens, so we're all
Right,
sitting
so
there
you're like-
with really like fucking like Ivan Drago haircuts, frowning at the camera with like
Yeah.
the amber waves of grain behind us. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They
Get
only
away
did that
from
for
me.
you guys because they were scared of your
You
Muslim.
not touch it for me, America.
It's good run. It's good.
I am like for having this picture, but I don't like it for having these blue wings behind me. What is the Statue of Liberty toucheth me? Not
Why you
my
call them
photo.
amber waves? These are blue waves. These waves are blue.
Whenever Liz tries to impersonate Albanian, she sounds more like Dan Aykroyd than anything else.
Amber waves of gray. Why I stay for the amber? It's a gray. It's weird how like when the things come out of your mouth, they sound really different than they did in your head.
Yeah.
Welcome to my stand-up comedy career.
No, but so getting back to the weddings that we were talking about, in true Byron fashion, we haven't done this podcast in 2 weeks, but so this wedding was a black tie event, and I've known for a while that means I have to wear a tuxedo. So the Thursday before Labor Day, I knew that I was going to Rhode Island for the weekend. So I was like, let me go order a tux now at Men's Warehouse and just get the shit out of the way so I could pick it up before the wedding, which was on September 12th. So I was actually proud of myself for allowing that much time. Go to Men's Warehouse, and the guy goes, listen, for the price that you're going to be renting this at, I could sell you one for a little bit more, and you'd keep it. And I was like, that sounds great, or whatever. Like, might as well get it. Even though I'm never going to wear a tuxedo again, it makes sense, right? So he gets me the jacket, and I put it on, and you can tell it's kind of cheap quality, but whatever. Like, I'm never going to wear this again, so whatever. And I figured I would just donate it afterwards to Dress for Success so a really fat woman could go on a job interview with my measurements.
Fucking nail that shit.
Yeah, I mean, if she shows up in a tuxedo...
Exactly. Nobody doesn't get that job.
Yeah. So the jacket fits, and I'm happy with it. Then he gives me pants, and he goes, all right, go into the dressing room and try them on. The pants, I swear to God, you could have made 3 pairs of pants from the material that was on these pants. The guy had no idea what he was doing. He was just he was a complete slob. And so he's like, no, I'll make the adjustments and I'll send them for tailoring or whatever. And I was like, sir, just get me another pair of pants that fit because these pants are huge. He goes, no, we'll work with these. So I got so frustrated with him. I was like, you know what, sir, I'm not going to buy a tuxedo. And then he got frustrated with me. And I was like, I'm just going to go back into the room, change out of this, whatever. Then when I got out there, he had such an attitude. I was like, I'm not going to even rent it. I'll show him. Then I was with 2 coworkers. We wound up leaving and going to get some drinks. It was in the middle of the day. And I was like, what the fuck did I just do? I leave for vacation tomorrow, and then I come back. I don't have a chance to get a tuxedo now, One of my coworkers, when I got back from vacation, was like, oh, there's a place down the street that'll do stuff for you in a couple of days' notice. And so I went to this place down the street, and I was like, hey, I need to get a black suit, whatever the cheapest option is, because I have a wedding to go to. And the guy goes, oh, we actually have a tuxedo special. And I was like, really? That sounds great. He goes, yeah, you get everything you need. Shirt, tie, pocket square, everything. Alterations, shoes, the whole 9 yards for just $700. And I was like, fuck, that's more expensive than I wanted to pay. But if I need it and the guys got it done in a couple of days, let's do this, right? So they do the alterations. They're like, this is Tuesday. They're like, no problem. You'll get them on Friday. You'll get the suit on Friday. Wedding's on Saturday. Whatever. I go back to the office and I'm like, thank God I got that done. Like, I feel like I can kind of rest easy and look forward to the wedding. They email me the receipt. The shoes that came with the suit were $300.
What?
They were like these patent leather, like gross shoes. So I was like, that's bullshit. Like, if you say the whole package is $700, like, you can't then say, the shoes were $300. So I was like, I could buy fucking like Christian Louboutin shoes for $300, not some like random plastic shoes. So I go back to the store to return them, and the guy was like, I don't know if you can do that. I was like, well, this receipt has it as a separate item, so I'm not paying $300 for plastic shoes that aren't even like a brand name. And so you could tell like everyone in the store was like super tense about it because I had a point and they couldn't argue it. But I was just like I wasn't fucking leaving without $300 back on my credit card, So when I left, I was like, okay, thank God I like saved $300. But then I had to go back on Friday to like pick up my suit, and like no one would talk to me. People were just like, yeah, like no one helped me. I got there at 2:30, which is when I was supposed to pick up my suit. I found someone. I was like, hey, I have to pick up my suit. And they were like, okay. I waited till 3 o'clock. No one helped me. And this girl comes out at 3 and she goes, your suit's not going to be ready till 6:30. I was like, fuck you guys.
They're all spitting on your suit.
They totally spit in
They
it.
spit in it.
So again, because I'm completely unprepared for everything I do in life, at 6:30 they were like, they just handed me a bag with a suit in it. And I was like, I should stay here. I should try it on. Like, I should make sure that they did the right thing. But A, I was lazy, and B, it was so tense in there that I didn't want to like kind of force it. So I just grab my suit, go home. Don't even try it on at home. I go to Connecticut. I don't put the suit on until literally 10 minutes before I walk out to go to the ceremony.
Oh, it totally only has one arm, or like.
Yeah, totally.
No.
There's poop in the other arm.
So you know how do you ever get French cuff shirts and they have like those kind of like
Okay, that's French cuff shirts.
So if you ever buy a French if you ever buy a French cuff champion sweater. If you ever buy French cuff cargo shorts, they usually come with like a temporary cuff link, like one that's not worth anything, but it's all like whatever. So when I tried the shirt on when I got fitted for the tuxedo, it had those in there. Go to put the tuxedo on, they didn't pack those with the shirt. And then they did the alterations, but they didn't take in the waist at all.
Oh.
So the waist just, it didn't stay around the pants just did not stay around my waist. And because I have a stomach, like I don't really have a waist, like I always wear my pants kind of like too low. Thankfully, I had ordered suspenders from Amazon for $10, so the suspenders kept the pants up. So now I'm debating whether or not going back to the store and being like, hey, you guys didn't take in any of the waist, and you didn't give me cufflinks.
I would maybe go somewhere else and get the pants tailored. Or just leave them like that, because I imagine you looking like one of those like big clowns who like pours water down their pants.
Yeah, I would say maybe like if you can get something rigid in like the waistband,
right? Like a
like
hula
so
hoop.
that it like the suspenders like hold it up and like
Right.
the pants are like.
You could just like dump stuff into your pants and it's hilarious.
You can just
It's,
squeeze like rabbits out of them and stuff.
Yeah, totally. Good story.
That was my filibuster of
That was a
the
good
week.
filibuster.
I have a black tie wedding coming up, and I have to see if my tuxedo fits.
It does. Probably.
The shirt for which has French cuffs. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right.
They have ring around the collar, but it has French
No.
cuffs.
It may have moth holes in it, but it has fucking French cuffs.
Right.
Just because somebody called them lay cuffs once doesn't make them fucking French cuffs.
It may be backless because of the moths that ate it, but it goddamn well has those cuffs.
Leah might have chewed the cuff out in a mistaken attempt to eat watermelon, but that doesn't make it a French
As a matter of fact, the only thing left on it is the cuffs. You're gonna look like a Chippendales like stripper. It's just French cuffs and a collar.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
That
My
would be
wife would be
so
so
awesome.
proud.
Yep. There would be eye rolls for sure. What is this black tie wedding? Who? Carl and Lindsay?
Yep.
Friend of the pod, Carl Pilowitz.
Friend of the pod, Carl Polowitz.
Friend of
He
the
was the one with whom I committed podultery on you guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They now have a second episode out of the All My Friends Are Dads podcast, so you guys should go listen to it. It's great tips on fatherhood.
Oh, you know what you guys should do? You should reach out to the website Fatherly. So we actually launched their website. It's a parenting site just aimed at fathers. So like you can get information based on how old your kid is, even like pre-birth.
No shit.
Yeah, you guys could do something. Sure.
I'm looking.
Wait, so the website helps you find out how old your kid is?
Well, no, you know, there's basically like there's services for women, like the bump, right? And it tells you what to expect through all stages of your pregnancy. And then there's also plenty of advice for moms on like kids in certain ages, like toddler and going to school and all that stuff, even going straight like up to college. There's nothing that's really focused on advice for dads. So we helped launch a website called Fatherly, and it takes you through that whole process. So like pre-birth, you know, infancy, all that stuff.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's like focused like for dads.
I feel like advice for dads pre-birth is like just wait longer.
Yeah.
Just
go to Wendy's.
You have nothing. There's nothing you can do at this
Do what
point.
you're told.
Just wait it out. Be nice.
I'm gonna create an account with Fatherly right now.
Do it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sweet. So, Fatherly.
Fatherly. Is that another pick of the week?
That's a good 3-person pick of the week. Are you guys gonna vote for the president?
You know, no. I don't. I think the presidential election process is like, I mean, maybe really, my real reason is that I'm lazy and that I don't want to do it. But it's also who the fuck am I voting for? I hate all of them. Every single one of them. I hate.
You know what always happens to me is that I adopt that attitude and I'll be like, fuck this, I'm not doing it, I'm not participating again. But then it'll be election time and I'll be like, god damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I gotta take responsibility for this.
Okay.
Right.
You know who? I know we all have different political affiliations, but on the Colbert Show, I watched him interview Joe Biden, and I was like, I could totally dig Biden as a president, because if for no other reason than the fact that he looks like a president.
Well, right. That's actually there's a name for that sort of condition whereby you elect people that are like you're more likely to be elected president if you're taller.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you're like a tall, like silver-haired, like white guy, like people assume you know what you're doing, and you get elected based on that.
Is that why Ross Perot didn't win? Because he was definitely
Correct.
the most active.
It is why Ross Perot doesn't win. It's also why Ronald Reagan was elected and then reelected.
I wonder why Mitt Romney didn't win. I guess the whole Mormonism thing just really torpedoed his shit.
Mitt Romney didn't win. I don't know. Well, I don't know like what the inside baseball of all that stuff is.
Yeah.
I think it was just going to be really hard to beat Obama.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I don't know.
Same
Mitt Romney had
Obama.
definitely had good credentials for being a president.
Right.
But I don't feel like in good conscience I could really vote for a Republican presidential candidate because it seems like they're always against science, which fucking annoys the shit out of me. So
Right.
just can't hang with that.
Right, and you know it's not that they themselves actually are against science. It's just that like there's so many people in this country that are against science, so that's like become a legitimate political platform.
Yeah, well, we had this weird
pander
political
to
system where
stupid
like
people.
the only people that vote, or like the majority of people that vote, are like the people who are like wicked savages on like one end or the other of the
Right, exactly.
spectrum. So.
And I'm not a savage about anything, except for the movie The Savages, which is a really great movie. Starring
And your life partner.
and my life partner, Jennifer Savage. Exactly. Pretty savage about that particular point.
I would not vote Republican for a number of reasons, and one of them is, what's her name? Kim Davis, who was a woman who was refusing to hand out gay marriage certificates.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking lowlife. I don't care. I respect people's like religious freedom, whatever, but like her own situation, she'd been married 4 times. Like, obviously she's not preserving the sanctity of marriage, right? And if she's such a Christian, you can't even get married in the church again if you've been divorced. So, like, why would you then think it's on you to not hand out marriage certificates to people who can legally get married now?
Well,
Go ahead, Ben.
well, you go on to your point because I'm gonna switch off onto trying to talk about fucking Caitlyn Jenner.
I was just saying there was a great meme that I saw where there should be a reality show where people who like want to abide by like biblical laws regarding like gay marriage or whatever should have to spend a year living under actual biblical laws.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
Well, someone put a billboard up in I think her name is Kim Davis, in her hometown and said, guess what, Kim, you can't sell your daughter for 3 goats and a donkey anymore either.
Right.
Like,
Right.
That's a problem. That's why so many people look, I'm Muslim. I practice somewhat, but like I'm more like spiritually Muslim, right? Like I think that the people who live by like the word that was written thousands of years ago are assholes. You can't do that. You should basically use your religion to make sure you don't do fucked up things every day, not because you have to like get married 7 times or behead your firstborn for God. Like that shit is just like, don't wear mixed fibers. Like my shirt that you've all commented on is a fucking like poly cotton blend. I'm pretty sure there's probably some rayon in there too.
Right.
But I think that if you want to practice your religion, do it at home, do it at wherever the fuck you practice. But like that shit, that's it. You don't bring it anywhere else.
Yeah. Also, lest we forget, wasn't Jesus's whole thing like take care of poor and downtrodden people all the time?
That was really his whole thing.
His whole thing. That was
Just,
really his whole thing.
Just like be nice. Like
Yeah.
be a really
Don't
nice
be good to
person.
people.
Be a nice person. Don't be an asshole. That's it. That's it. That's all.
That was
That's
like
all.
the whole thing.
The basis of it, and like all the other things kind of came from it. And just don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But for some reason, people do the exact opposite in the name of religion.
Yes, and people are assholes. But they do the exact opposite in the name of religion, or in the name of anti-religion, or in the
Right.
name of fucking
Right.
whatever.
Haircuts, whatever.
The wedding I went to this weekend was a gay wedding. It was the first gay wedding I've ever been to. It was the best wedding I've ever been
Fucking
to.
fabulous.
And the best thing about it,
What's going on with you right now?
I'm fixing my pants. The best thing about the wedding was it started at 6. The ceremony was over at 6:13.
That's
They
correct.
literally walked in, exchanged vows, and it was done. I was like,
Yeah.
that is
Right.
the fucking best.
Let's fucking drink.
The best part that followed it, though, was I went to go visit my aunt, who's like super conservative and like, very old school. So she was like, oh, where were you this weekend? And I was like, oh, I was at a wedding in Connecticut. And she goes, oh, that's nice. You have pictures? I was like, not a lot. I was like, but there'll be some, whatever. She goes, you have a picture of the bride? And I was like, there was no bride. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I showed her a picture of my friends that got married. And I was like, it was a gay wedding. And she was like, oh. And then she like had like the coolest response to it. She goes, that's amazing. She was like so excited. But I was like, this is going to be a weird conversation to have with her. Like, I cannot believe I'm in a situation where I'm talking to the most conservative person I know in my life. And I have to explain this, but.
I just, like, I feel like it's over. Gay people are going to get married. This is how the world is. Like, it's great. Like, people should be happy and take care of each other. Why are we even having this conversation? It's a foregone conclusion. Our society has moved on. We've gotten over our hang-ups, and now we're letting people who love each other marry each other. It's not a conversation anymore. It's just a fucking waste of time. Like, if you're against it, like, you're wasting your time. There's no stopping it now. This is the world we live in, and most of us agree that this is the right way to live. Like,
Yeah, but you saw people who.
that, like, humans shouldn't own other humans. People fought for a long time. They ended up on the wrong side of history, and now people look back on that and they're embarrassed at their ancestors for having fought against what's obviously a human right.
Yeah,
Same
but we're
thing
still
with
a
gay
long way
marriage.
off.
I feel like it's not even worth having the conversation. Like,
It is, though, because we still have people who think interracial marriage is horrible and should be
yeah,
banned.
they're fucking morons.
Yeah.
Right.
It's over. It's over. It's not a conversation anymore. Like, unless we're talking about like backwards, like communities where like the laws aren't caught up and like people's actual like, if we're just talking about like convincing like people who are set in their ways that like why are we shouldn't, it's just a distraction.
Yeah.
I think it's just we're just getting spun up over something that's like already done. Like
Right.
I'm proud of us as a society that we've moved on and that now it's legal to be for gay people to be married. I think in all states. Is that true?
I think it's national now. Yeah.
Okay, it's done.
Yeah.
The good guys won. Let's fucking move on.
Yeah, there's always going to be people in the world that are just really fucking wrong about shit, and like it's not worth our time to try and convince them otherwise. And like that sucks. There's people out in the world that think that women aren't as smart as men. There's people out there in the world that think that like you're just wrong, and you're allowed to be wrong. But I don't.
No, the whole women not smarter than men thing is true.
Right.
Yeah. You wouldn't know that because.
I mean, that's science.
Reasons. Yeah.
But women don't have the science.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
Sorry,
right. My brain is really small. Don't get me riled up because my uterus will wander up into my brain, and then God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So don't.
Liz, why don't you just take some Pamprin and lay down?
Okay.
We need you to relax here.
Just stop crying.
Stop getting all fucking emotional. This is
crying.
I have my period, guys.
Stop crying.
I have no control over myself.
Stop bleeding.
Yeah.
Stop bleeding.
I can't stop bleeding. Guys, can we go over my joke premise of the week?
Yes.
Okay. So I, as you guys know, am very single. I like to. I think we're moving into red flag single. Like when I ultimately get arrested for something, and they'll be like, "Well, look at how single she was," and split. So I have been trying to use online dating in order to meet men, and I tried Tinder for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm the one that can turn this into something where I can get a boyfriend. No, it's not going to work. I tried OkCupid, but there's this like weird thing going on where I like can't reset my OkCupid password, and of course I'm like so paranoid that somehow like they're like, well, you are never going to get a boyfriend on here, so like we're going to ignore all your emails and all your contacts. So OkCupid is out. So I recently signed up for Zoosk.
Is that for robots?
I mean, it's kind of like, it's definitely like I think it's the most bootleg dating site, and every like communication, I've gotten like 100 emails from it so far, and a bunch of different Facebook notifications because I signed up via Facebook, and all of these dudes are like major Barneys.
Well, so like Ashley Madison, it turned out was like all robots. Like it was all dudes and robots.
I wish these dudes were robots. I would actually probably rather date them. I think these are actually real flesh and blood living men that live in Staten Island.
Like,
what?
Is that like, is Zeus like a euphemism or something?
I don't know. I don't know what a Zeus is, but I wish I'd never signed up for it. And I think my punchline here is that I signed up for Zeus because what am I, looking for the Zune of men?
Is it free?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course
then
it's
you're
free.
fucked. Yeah.
I know. Do I actually have to pay? Do I have to pay for something?
Well, we all know the barrier of entry of at least $29.99.
You just gave me like really severe PTSD.
Well, if it's free, then you are the product.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't know.
if you're not paying, then you're the product.
Am I just gonna like continue to like sign up for like jankier and jankier dating sites until I ultimately meet them?
Have you tried JDate?
Am I allowed to even go on JDate?
I don't know, but I'm picturing you going on a date with someone that you meet on Zeus, and it's going to be like someone who looks like Emerald Lagasse. That's who I just like see you meeting at a bar.
Yeah, or like Mario Batali.
What about, wasn't there like farmers only dating?
I'd be good on farmers only. I mean, Christian singles? I don't know.
Oh yeah, farmers only online dating site and farmer dating.
I'm not a farmer. I only farm my own bacteria.
That kind of counts, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Aren't we all our own farmers? All right, so that's
China Ranch Date Farm.
Ooh, is that farm like a farm for dates, like the fruit?
My ex-wife used to love to go to Tecopa for the hot springs.
What? I don't know. So long story short, if you guys know anybody that's looking for like the straggling lame Impala at the back of the pack here, they can pick me off if they really want to. Or if anybody's looking to like find a wife to buy, I'd at this point be up for an arranged
You could move to Russia and then be purchased.
No, but that's the exact opposite. Oh, don't we buy wives from them? I would go there and they'd be like, "No, we have all of our own wives we can purchase. Why did you come here? We're not going to."
But then you could be purchased from Russia.
Oh, this one. Oh.
But all the Russian wives are so much cheaper. Because I try and like price myself off the market or something. Because I'd like suddenly get self-esteem.
The thing to keep in mind is you don't get the money. We would. So don't worry about it.
You're right. That's true. You guys can set the prices.
Yeah.
And I'm priced to move. Let's be honest.
It's called human trafficking.
Right.
How do we get a clearance sticker on you? I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah.
Can we do a BOGO, sell you and Jen off? Buy one, get one?
Sure. Jen's kind of like under contract right now, though. I am a free agent.
True that.
Someone was wondering. All right, so that's not a very good joke premise. So next
It's
time.
a very good
There's
joke.
something in there, though.
Yeah, I like the alliteration of Zeusk and Zune. I just don't know if people necessarily are familiar with what a Zune is.
Nobody knows what a Zune is.
That's where you'll. No, the build-up is so great, and I think you're gambling too much on people knowing what Zune means.
All right.
Because the thing is, you're more intelligent than the people in your audience sometimes. A lot of times.
But they always say that you're supposed to play to the top of the intelligence.
Of your intelligence, yes, but that just means don't punch low. Using a word that people aren't going to get is going to cause people are going to be like, it's one of those things where the whole build-up was like so good and people are waiting for it, and then you say Zune, and then you're going to have about 17 people in the audience be like, I don't know what that means, so they're going to go out,
I said Zune last night on stage, and one person laughed really hard, and that was like almost enough for me. I would almost rather have one person laugh really hard than a bunch of people be like, One person knew what a Zune was, and they knew exactly what I was trying to say.
Was it that drunk Asian guy at other shows who laughs all the time anyway?
No, he doesn't actually laugh at anything I say. None of the men do. Except for Glenn Cohen.
Can I relate an unrelated but funny story?
Of course.
So, we were trying to cut, and of course it's about my kid, because that's the only sort of life experience I have these days, and the only thing I ever talk about. And when nobody else ever listens to this podcast again, it'll be because all I talk about is my baby. But anyway, so we were trying to cut her nails the other night, which is like fucking wicked hectic, like totally sucks, and she just fights all the time. So like we've taken to like showing her videos on our phones to like distract her. Well, one of the videos I brought up was like some dude making weird noises that made his baby laugh, and Leah fucking died at it. She thought it was so goddamn funny, and like after her nails were being cut, she was just toddling around with my phone, holding it in front of her face, and this baby is like laughing, and she is fucking in hysterics. It was the best shit ever.
Wait, is it the video where the guy's trying to cut the baby's nails and she's fake? Have you seen that one?
It's the one where some guy's like, boing, boing.
Oh no! You know what you have to.
And the baby's just fucking dying at it.
I'll send you a link to a video today. There's a video that's really popular right now where a guy is trying to clip his daughter's fingernails, and she's probably as old or maybe a little bit younger than Leah, and she does the whole like faking him out like she's in pain. So she's like, and then when he like packs off, she starts laughing at him. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Show that to her, because then they start cracking up, and it's like, how does she know to like fake pain for her fingernails? And he panics, and then she starts cracking up. It's such a good video.
Babies figure out how to fucking troll you pretty quick.
Yeah. Leah fake laughs at some of the stuff I do. I think she gives me fake laughs.
She'll be like, ah.
No, Leah would laugh her ass off about the Zune joke.
She would.
I think that was so funny.
She would think it's funny.
Everybody knows what a Zune is.
And then she would know that her stand-up routine is just to wave her arms and scream.
Yeah, which is fucking hilarious.
It's really funny. It's very funny. And then she thinks it's funny all the time, so then she does it like in restaurants and on airplanes and shit.
It is so funny to me how I think it's so cute when Leah like stands in the middle of the room and just like screams her ass off, and I'm like, why are you guys being so anal? It's like not a big deal. And then at the restaurant, there's a baby like screaming, and I like picked up the high chair and like moved it outside into the
What the
street.
fuck is wrong with these parents?
Exactly. What is wrong with these parents? Why can't they
Fucking
control their
parents.
child? Like, what the fuck? Like,
It's fucking wild.
just don't leave the house. Just stay at home. If you have a baby, just stay at home. And then Leah is like walking around smearing poop on the walls of the MFA, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute and funny. She can do whatever she wants.
And I believe that is called a callback, and that is because all people are assholes. We're all fucking assholes, every one of us, and we walk around being assholes and calling everyone else assholes, and
Yep.
the circle of life, and we just smear poop on the walls of the MFA. And
Yeah, it'll constantly. It's gonna perpetuate itself forever in this.
well, until we're such a proliferation of sex robots that we stop reading and we just
Prostabots.
Oh, I can't wait until the.
Prostabots. Can you
Prostabots.
Prostabots.
Let me see how do you even spell that?
Why don't you incorporate the Prostabots joke into the Zeus one?
I also think that you should have a joke about getting yourself into the human trafficking pipeline.
Okay. Okay. Writing down these notes. Prostobots, Zeusk, and human trafficking. I'm not gonna have any recollection of why I wrote these notes.
Or traveling to like Eastern Europe so that you can become a mail order bride and come back to the United States.
Or you could incorporate two jokes. The one we said about school pictures in front of the American flag and how you use that to bait international men to traffic you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to be trafficked.
Be like, the school near me in Brooklyn is having pictures today, so I'm going to smuggle myself in there,
Right.
get some new headshots, ship them off to Yemen.
That's going to be my next. I need a new website, Oak, and my website is www.opentohumantrafficking.com. Trying to open myself up to love. Oak, do you have a shut the fuck up? Or I feel like this whole pod's been a shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the whole pod kind of has been a shut the fuck up. I kind of had one ready, but I'm just, so let me have a fireside chat with you guys about the shut the fuck ups. So I feel like last episode I kind of forced it, and I just didn't have the like emotion behind it that I need in order for it to be what we really expect from a shut the fuck up. So I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I need to be like really feeling it. And like I had one ready before the show, but like I'm not feeling the like fire in the belly to really get a good rant going. So I think I'm gonna save it for next time, because I don't want to like cheapen the shut the fuck up by doing ones that I don't really believe in.
Good for you.
Yeah, life is too good for you, Hall. You need some problems in your life. Maybe you should start drinking again.
Maybe I should start drinking again. And then I could like rant about how like fucking people who get drunk when they're supposed to be taking care of their babies are like such assholes.
Right, totally. Then you can like rant about how like all the problems in your life that are like definitely caused by drinking, but you're like don't really want to admit it.
I just deny it. I just be like, listen, I just love fucking olives. I don't know why you people have to get all my shit all the time. Like, why are you all over me? Get off my back. Like, I work hard, and all I want is some fucking olives that are a little bit pickled sometimes.
Sometimes I get hungry at lunchtime, and I want to eat 9 olives.
I'm not drunk. I'm tired of working.
I'm not drunk. I'm mad.
Right.
Yeah. What are these cops all on me? What am I supposed to do, leave my daughter at home when I'm on?
Fucking hassle me. I can't have a little fun once in a while.
Cops are the worst. Fuck. They're the worst.
Everyone's such an asshole.
God,
all such fucking assholes. Everyone's an asshole.
Just need a drink. You know what makes you feel better? A drink.
Yeah.
Is this
you guys lighten up? Have a little fun.
Word on this podcast now? What? It sounds like a spoken word show.
It kind of is spoken words, isn't it?
Speaking of drinking, I gotta punch into work.
Oh, nice.
So you guys, this is a great pod. I feel like we kind of started all over the place, but we finished strong.
Yeah.
Story of our motherfucking lives.
I mean, I'm a big fan of exploring these comedy premises, so
good.
This is a recurring segment. And I'm gonna become angry about something before next week's pod.
Good, do it.
And I will.
I guarantee you, there's so many things out there in the world to be angry about. I have faith that you will find something.
Wait, Liz, when is your next show?
Thursday, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Stand Up New York.
Come to that one.
You are?
Yeah.
www.lizhallcomedy.com.
www.lizhallcomedy.com.
All right, Fleckers. Liz,
Love
you guys.
Love you.